All right, welcome back to Baka Language Learning. This session we're going to talk about some nouns in Baka. Some nouns like man, woman, boy, girl, baby, child, all those things. So we'll go through slowly. Feel free to pause and rewind the video as much as you like. In language learning, you can't listen enough. Just think when you were learning your first language, you listened for like a year or two before you really started saying much. And so you really want to do a lot of listening with your language learning. So we're going to start off with man. How do you say man in Baka?
Mukose.
Mokose. Say that maybe 3 times together so they can hear.
Mukose. Mukose. Mukose.
How do you say woman?
Wose. Wose. Wose.
How do you say child?
Yando.
One child?
Yande.
Many children?
Yando.
How do you say baby?
Dindo. Dindo.
If you have a boy, how do you say a boy? Not just a man, but a boy.
Ewanjo.
A wanjo. A wanjo is sort of like a teenager. So a wanjo would be like a boy, but not just a small child, but like a teenage boy. And then siya would be a girl. So if you just have a young boy, how would you say boy?
Lemukose.
Lemukose. So he's not yet a teenager, he's just a boy. Lemukose. How about a girl?
Lewose.
Lewose. So le being sort of like small or little. So a little woman, a little man. Lemukose, lewose. So that brings us to some other nouns. What is the noun for a house? What is the word in Baka for a house?
Nda.
Nda. Why don't you say that maybe 3 times for the people to hear?
Nda. Nda. Nda.
Okay. So how do you say work in Baka?
Bela.
Bela. So if somebody's working and I say, Eape, how is it going? And they say, oh, I'm working. What do they say?
Mame bela.
Mame bela. I'm working. Now around the house sometimes there are dogs. How do you say dog in Baka?
Bolo.
Bolo. Now if there's a snake, how do you say snake in Baka?
Bolo. 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 Bolo.
So you can hear there's very similar sounds there. One, bolo, the dog, has a B, whereas the snake has the KP. So let's try it again. Dog. Say dog 3 times.
Bolo. 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 Bolo.
Now say snake 3 times.
Bolo. Bolo. Bolo.
It's okay if you can't hear the difference right away. Sometimes it takes a while for your ears to get adjusted to some new sounds. Just listen a whole bunch of times. Don't even try to say it if you can't hear the difference. Just keep listening, listen, and it'll come in time. In the introduction video, we talked about my father, my mother. Let's review those and then let's go on with my brother and my sister. So, how do you say, again, my father in Baka?
Nwale. Nwale.
Okay, how about my mother?
Nwale. Nwale.
Okay. Now, how about if I have, if you're my little brother, or I'm your little brother? How do you say little brother, or my little brother?
Tadile. Tadile.
So the le on the end of all these is my. It's the possessive. If it's for you, it would be mo. So tadile, tadimo. Nuale, my father. Nuamo, your father. Nuale, my mother. Nuamo, your mother. How do I say my big brother?
Mbebali.
Kina.
Mbebali.
Mbe is a sound, a word, and sometimes part of a word that means big. So mbebale is my big brother. How would you say my sister? Master.
La nuale.
La nuale. So if you remember, nuale is my mother. La being the child of. La nuale, the child of my mother. So if Samba, who is a male, is talking about his older brother, he would say Mengbale. He's talking about his sister, older or younger, he'd say La nuale. But that La nuale just means my sibling of the opposite sex. So if it's a woman speaking and they say Tadile, it's my little sister, not my little brother. So Tadile is my younger sibling of the same sex. Bengbale is my older sibling of the same sex. And then La Nuale is my sibling of the opposite sex, whether older or younger. And if they're talking about their sister and you want to specify, is it your older sister or your younger sister? Then we're going to ask this. Okay, so la nuamu. If I ask you, is she older? How would you say she's an older sister?
La nuale na kobo.
La nuale na kobo. Na kobo meaning older. Kobo can mean a few different things, but that's the significance in this phrase. And then if she's a younger sister.
La nuale na yande.
Na yande, if you remember.
La nuale.
Le la nuale, le being little. Le la nuale, my little child of my mother. And then na yande, yande being child. So it's my sister, my sibling of the opposite sex who is still a child. So those are some ways that they might respond if you're trying to ask about their family. How do I say family in Baka?
Boaleo.
Boaleo would be my family. Your family would be
Boamu.
Boamu. Your family. And then how would I ask, c'est comment avec votre famille? How is it with your family?
Ea pretenda boamu.
Kina?
Ea pretenda boamu.
Eafe, you heard that before with greetings. How is it? Te, eafe te.
Nda boamu.
Nda, house. Boamu, your family. How is it with your family's house? How is it with your family? Okay, now in Baka, how do I say water?
Ngo. Ngo. Ngo.
How do I say I want some water?
Ma.
Yeah.
Ma yengo. Ma yengo.
Ma yengo, I want water. How do I say food?
Jo. Jo.
I want some food.
Ma ye jo.
How do I say bottle for water? I put water in a bottle and drink it. How do I say bottle?
Njuango.
Njuango. Nju is the bottle. Ango is water, so it's a water bottle. Njuango. How do I say fire? Wa.
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 Wa. Fire. So a bench, nda titi, nda musiki, panda. The ndao is all, even though it's house, it's also a place. So it's a place to sit down. Titi is to sit. Musiki is seated, to be seated. So a place to be seated, a place to sit. And then panda is often used. I would say most often used. Panda is just a bench or a chair, just a place to sit down. Panda. So sometimes people often have like a cooking shelter, and so everybody's seated under just a small roof, a place where they cook and chat and talk and everything. What do you call a shelter like that?
Mbanjo. Mbanjo. Mbanjo.
Mbanjo. So mbanjo is just a shelter. if people are just sitting there and having a conversation, and I say to them, "E afe," how would they respond? We're just talking.
Ngadwa melo mbanjo.
Na me, to make or to do. Lomu, conversation. We're just chatting. Banjo, at the shelter. In Baka, how do you say forest?
Bele.
Hmm?
Bele.
Encore?
Bele.
And how do you say path?
Baji. Baji.
Encore?
Baji.
Uh-huh. And how do you say I'm going to the forest?
Ma boa bele.
So, we are going to take our own path now, and we're going to leave you guys to listen and re-listen and re-listen until you get some of these words down pat. So, have fun. See you next time.